In the endless silence of space, something is moving. A colossal rock, cold and lifeless. Yet its path leads straight toward Earth. Everything seems normal, but inside this rock lies a substance never seen on our planet. Because this stone comes from a place no creature or human has ever witnessed. But the question is, what effect will this mysterious matter have once it reaches Earth? The answer is starting to reveal itself. As the meteor nears the atmosphere, that unknown substance begins to react. Heat, pressure, and charged particles spread through the air, and Earth, unaware, is already changing. But why has the air suddenly grown hotter? Because the released energy is cooking the very sky above. Yet if it hasn't even struck the surface, what's truly causing this heat? In mere seconds, the sky ignites. The rock plunges into the atmosphere at unimaginable speed. Metal melts, clouds glow. But why doesn't the heat escape beyond the atmosphere? Because the energy inside this meteor is so immense, even Earth's shield cannot contain it. And now, only a few breaths remain before impact. And now the answer is clear. Nothing survives. In a fraction of a second, part of the planet is vaporized. The light is brighter than the sun itself, but destruction is only the beginning, because millions of tons of ash are hurled into the sky, hiding the sun for years to come. But in this darkness, who will survive? The answer lies within the ashes. Tiny, invisible creatures, neither bound to light nor warmth. When Earth dies, they endure. But why only them? Because they hid deep beneath the surface, in places untouched by sunlight, where the warmth of the planet still breathes. Weeks pass. The sun never rises. Cold devours everything. The dinosaurs fall silent, one by one. Yet the planet itself isn't finished. Because deep underground within the soil and the heated seas, life is learning how to survive without the sun. And that is the beginning of another story. The sky is mute, the land is frozen. The sun, hidden behind thick clouds of dust, is gone. Trees wither, plants vanish, and the great beasts collapse. But traces of life still remain. Because the Earth's inner heat shelters a few hidden corners. And if the dinosaurs are dying, who will rise to take their place? The answer lies among the small. Mammals, timid nocturnal creatures, survive within burrows. They wait for the world to warm again. But why only them? Because their minds could adapt, and their bodies could store heat. But when the sun returns, what kind of world will they awaken to? Months have passed. The clouds of ash begin to thin. The first rays of sunlight touch the frozen Earth. But something has changed, because the impact has reshaped the planet's climate forever. And now that the light has returned, what will rise from this dust? From the ashes, new plants begin to grow. Burned forests breathe again, oceans calm. But the species that remain are no longer the same, because the DNA of Earth itself has been rewritten by disaster. But what message does this genetic change carry for the future? The answer lies in the blood of the survivors. Genes that adapted to the darkness have become stronger than ever. But this is more than survival. It's the dawn of evolution, because from extinction, new forms of life emerge. Creatures destined to inherit the Earth. But which of them will rebuild the world? Over millions of years, the survivors grow, evolve, and take control of the planet. Dinosaurs become birds, mammals, the rulers of tomorrow. But something remains unchanged, because nature always finds a way to rise again, and perhaps one day, as the dinosaurs once fell, our turn will come. The Earth is still trembling, but small mammals and clever reptiles endure. But why could these tiny beings fill the void left by the dinosaurs? Because their small size and cunning behavior kept them hidden from danger. And now the great question arises: who among them will rule the Earth next? The answer lies within the ashes. Genes are shifting, species are becoming tougher, more adaptable. But this change isn't just about survival, because these species are ready to reshape their new world. But what hidden trait gives them the power to one day dominate the planet? The dinosaurs fade away, but some bird-like species endure. Yet why only a few? because their wings gave them the power to flee, to soar above destruction. Now the question is, what role will they play in the Earth's new future? From the ashes, small and intelligent mammals rise. But why did they succeed where giants failed? Because their flexible minds could learn and adapt to a new world. But this new power, where will it lead? Will they one day claim the Earth as their own? The planet has calmed, but the climate is forever changed. The clouds are gone, sunlight returns. Yet Earth will never be the same again, because the impact reshaped the air, the seas, even the soil itself. And those changes will define the future of every living thing. The survivors grow, learn, and evolve. But what made some more successful than others? Because they learned from destruction, they adapted, analyzed, strategized. And those lessons marked the beginning of intelligent evolution. But what kind of being will one day inherit the Earth? The dinosaurs are gone, yet a few live on as the birds we see today. But why only these few? Because their wings saved them, and their genes endured. Today, those small birds are the living descendants of a lost world. But what awaits them next? Small mammals grow larger, smarter, and stronger. But why could they fill the void of the dinosaurs? Because their adaptability and memory were unmatched. But this isn't just survival. Could they become the rulers of tomorrow's Earth? The planet has settled, but nothing is the same. Why are these changes permanent? Because the impact forever transforms soil, water, and sky. And these transformations shape the fate of all life. But which species will define the next era? Generation after generation, the small survivors adapt and evolve. But why did some thrive more than others? Because they learned from loss. They built new strategies from extinction. And that wisdom paved the way for intelligent life. But which creature will one day rule the planet? The Earth turns green again. Forests bloom, creatures flourish. But why does nature never return exactly as before? Because every catastrophe rewrites genes, reshapes ecosystems, and redefines Earth itself. And that cycle, the endless rebirth, is the secret of life. The dinosaurs are gone, but their legacy lives on. Birds and mammals now inherit the Earth. But this story isn't just about the past, because the cycle continues, and every living being today shapes the planet's future. And maybe one day, just as the dinosaurs vanished, our species too will face its reckoning, but nature will always find a way to survive.